everybody, and welcome to Final Play Sports Wrap. I'm your host, Pete Lubar, and today we're talking Mountain West football. It's spring football. It's all done for the season. We're getting ready for fall camps here, and today we're going to focus on Colorado State, the Rams from Fort Collins. Jay Norvell is in his fourth season. In his prior 3 seasons, he was 16-21, but last year they were 8-5, and more importantly, 6-1 in conference. They came in second, and they got a bowl opportunity to go to the Arizona Bowl. They lost to Miami of Ohio 43-17, but by far their best season since 2018. The Rams primarily run a spread offense that incorporates elements of both the air raid and West Coast schemes, with a strong emphasis on the run game. The team averaged 386 total yards per game, 218 passing, 169 rushing. They were 66th in the nation in total offense. They scored a total of 317 points last season and averaged 24.4 points per game, which was 94th best in the nation. So probably good, but maybe would like to increase that coming into this next year. But they've got a lot of key pieces back. Braden Fowler-Nicolosi, the starting quarterback, QB1 for the Rams, is coming back. He's a redshirt sophomore and has been named to the Manning Award watch list. He's known for his strong arm and has won several awards, including the Davey O'Brien Award Grade 8 and the Manning Award Star of the Week. He started all 13 games as a play caller for CSU last year, finished the season with a 60.5% completion rate, 2,796 yards, and 14 touchdowns. So pretty good accuracy there. Running back Justin Marshall is also back. He appeared in 13 games. He made 6 starts, most of them to start the season. He was the second leading rusher on the team with 746 yards. On 154 carries, he had 4 TDs. He is backed up by Jalen Dupree, who looks as every bit the look of a pro runner. So we'll see how the running game goes. But they usually have a big offensive line. That will be the case again this year. And they make quite a bit of holes, and they've always had good quality runners at Colorado State. They lost Torrey Holton from the wide receiver room, but they've got quite a few athletic guys. They brought in a couple of really interesting transfers. Armani Winfield has transferred over from Baylor. He transferred 2 years ago, but last year he caught 38 passes for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. They've got a kid from Ohio State who transferred over, Kojo Antwi, and he's a 4-star receiver, and he also did a lot of work on special teams for the Buckeyes. So excited to see what he can bring to the table. They've got a great slot receiver in Jordan Ross, who's explosive and a great route runner. And they've got another kid named Tommy Mayer who has emerged, who looks like he's also another great inside route runner. So solid there at the receiving standpoint. Tight ends were a wow factor at the spring game. The tight ends were great. Jackson Warren was a bit limited, but Carlos Anaya turned some heads, and did Rocky Beers, who's a transfer from Florida International. On the defensive side, they have a new defensive coordinator, Tyson Summers, and he likes to run a pressure defense. So he likes to pressure the quarterbacks and make them uncomfortable. He likes man coverage in the back. Last year, they allowed 219.5 passing yards per game, placing them 78th nationally, and 168.2 rushing yards per game, ranking 54th nationally. And the total defense was 107th. So you know now why they have a new defensive coordinator. They struggled on third down, only converting 36.1%, which was 107th. And they only have 2 returning starters. So you can see that they spent a great deal of effort in the transfer portal, getting guys on the defensive side. And one of those guys is a gentleman named C.J. Blocker, who's a transfer from Utah. They've also got an Elijah Brown from Arizona. And they brought in a kid named Jacob Ellis from Ohio State. And another kid named Jacques Evans from Baylor. So they've brought in 4 or 5 people from other big schools. They lost 12 people. They had 13 transfer in. Jahari Rogers, a cornerback from SMU. I talked about Blocker and Brown and Antwi. They also brought in a big defensive lineman, Denonius Jackson. He's 6'5", 335. He's a good-sized kid. And then they brought in 17 new recruits. They had 117th ranked recruiting class, ranked 10th in the Mountain West. Most of the guys were 2- and 3-star guys, but they did bring in Cannon Valenzuela as a linebacker from Jacksboro, Texas. He is he's a 3- or 4-star guy, depending on where you look. And then they have a really good size defensive end, Caden Branston, 6'3", 260 defensive end from Peoria, Arizona. So a couple of good guys. Most, as you know, with recruiting classes, they tend to redshirt many of them, and so they don't always contribute this year. So they coach them up and grow them up. From a regular season standpoint, the season starts August 30th. They start with Washington, which at Washington, that should be a good test for them right off the bat. And then they've got a couple of games they should win against North Carolina and UT San Antonio. And then they get into conference action as they start with Washington State, who was ranked most of the year last year. San Diego State is next, followed by Fresno State, Hawaii, Wyoming. And then November 8th, they get UNLV. And then they travel to New Mexico and then at Boise, November 22nd. So it's probably that November 8th against UNLV at home, and then November 22nd at Boise will probably be 2 of the more meaningful games, along with the Fresno State game on October 10th, also at home. So the schedule is not too bad. I could see them going 9-4 this year without a problem, and 7-2 in the Mountain West. So if I sort of look at that, they probably lose to Washington, maybe Fresno, possibly UNLV, probably Boise. So that's maybe their 4 losses, and then they win the rest of the games. We'll see how that goes. Washington State may be tough. We'll see. But that's sort of the schedule for them. I hope you enjoyed this wrap-up with them. I believe next week we're doing Fresno State. So for those of you who want to tune in, we continue to do these series up until the season starts. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my YouTube page. It costs you nothing, and it helps me greatly. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.